All right, good night. Welcome to Caribbean Culture and Lifestyle. All right, good night, everyone. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you guys. Guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Give this video a thumbs up that I can continue bring these type of information to you and also try to break it down. If you have any comment, you could all leave it in the comment section and we will continue the conversation in the comment section. All right, so as we know, Guyana and Venezuela is back and forth right now because Guyana believe they have all rights to the land and the resources, and Venezuela believes something different. Venezuela want the majority, according to the news, that they want the majority, and Guyana is not going for it. So I'm gonna be playing some clip where I do not own the rights to these clips, but I'm gonna just play some clips that we could hear for ourselves what the Prime Minister is actually saying. This is important. I just wanted to settle, walk out in a peaceful manner, come up with a peaceful solution because I don't want it to get to a place where, find a solution. All right? If it's not yours, leave it alone. If it's yours, then I understand you're not going to just give up like that. But Guyana is very close to Venezuela. I always know that for a long time. And Guyana is a pretty big place. I think Guyana is a continent. Yeah. I think it's too big to be an island and too small to be an island continent, I think Guyana is. Do your research on that, guys. And I don't want to quote wrong. I don't want to make no mistake. But that's what I do some research on whether it's an continent or an island continent. But at the end of the day, this thing is going on now, and I just want it turn out to be a peaceful resolution and not getting into war situation. So I'm gonna be playing a few. Man, I was mute all the time. Okay. Yes, guys, good night, good night, good night. Welcome to Caribbean Culture and Lifestyle. Tonight, we're going to be talking about Venezuela versus Guyana. As we know, there's a battle going on between Venezuela and Guyana at this moment, and I just hope it could get to a peaceful resolution where everything could just be settled. What is right is right. I don't know anything about it. I don't know who is wrong, who is right. I'm just giving the information as it comes. Many people, this information, we could do our research and we could get our own understanding of how Guyana own this piece of land. And we could also understand why Venezuela is so into getting this piece of land. As we know, the land have oil, and when you have oil, oil bring riches. All right. So that could be a conflict. That could be the way why Venezuela is trying to enter and get their part. So we're gonna play some clips where we're gonna get some better understanding of what's actually going on. When you talk about oil, oil is something, guys. Oil is something. Oil could boost your economy. Just like Guyana. Guyana economy is boosting. This here is one of the fastest rising economy. All right, in by 61% in 2022. Don't quote me on that, but that's a fast takeoff right there. And who knows? So oil can cause situation. So let's play some clips, guys, and let's get more understanding of what's really going on. All right. So let's go, guys.
They've been calling Washington, hoping to protect themselves. I'm going to bring in Hill Tower Research Advisor, CEO, and Chief Market Strategist Tracy Schuchart. Golly, Tracy, this is kind of nuts, right? I mean, I looked at a map, and it's pretty clear it's an oil play, but also many are saying Maduro feeling like maybe he's got the administration over a barrel. Of course, they've reached out several times as they went to war with American oil producers, and maybe he's trying to get extra leverage this way as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's something to be very cognizant of. Of course, the American oil companies there are very concerned about it. The good news, if you want to call it good news, is that the U.S. military has actually been there since 2019 when things started heating up again. You have to remember this dispute has been going on for about 100 years. So the U.S. troops are there. Brazil just said they are also sending troops to the border. And if you look at Maduro's military, his capabilities are very limited.
Right.
So, I think, that is, I think there will be some fear there. I also think that part of this is to stir up some nationalism for the next, and I put this in quotes, election.
Yeah.
Which is in 2024. But again, the situation is very serious, and, we have to take all threats, particularly to our American companies there, very seriously.
Yeah, and of course, I mean, oil being in the mix, I'm sure they have a depleted military, but Guyana's can't be that great either. In the meantime, speaking of seriously, oil prices, this plunge to me, it just, OPEC is taking action, but this just feels like this is a really massive plunge in crude oil. Is it saying there's a recession? Is it saying this could be a recession? What's the message from this plunge?
This is what I'm saying, guys. Shout out to CNN. But guys, when you talk about oil, oil can really boost an economy because, as you know, oil use every part of the world, and the oil is very important. And people need oil. So oil will definitely help boost your economy. So basically what they're saying is most likely Venezuela president understand that where oil could take them. A lot of people is asking, why now? Why now? All this pressure. They put in all this pressure on Guyana to give up this piece of land. Why they wasn't putting this pressure before? Why now? Let's continue listening, guys.
I think, and again, I feel like we've had this discussion more than once this year. I think a lot of this has to do with, the focus is back on consumption. People are worried about the numbers coming out of Europe, which have been terrible. And that, it's not just deindustrialization in Germany that we're seeing. It's EU-wide. And also you have China that just really hasn't picked up yet, even though their demand for oil is still there. A lot of that is going into storage. And then the other thing is the systematic traders that have grown exponentially in size that are in this market.
Right. Is that I saw a headline that said the oil was being, that this whole crazy ride is all driven by a disruptive band of bot traders. I mean, we're talking about one of the biggest commodities in the world, if not the biggest. Bot traders are moving it around like this?
Well, they're not exactly bots. They're algorithmic trading systems that automatically kick in, that are trend following systems. And that's when you get those oversized moves intraday or just trend following, because that's what these systems do. And if we look at even just the top 3 companies, they have grown in size from 228 billion total in AUM to over 900 billion. And that's just the top 3 companies.
Right.
There are companies like this springing up all the time. So there's a lot of new money in this market, pushing this market around. And as we look at, the CFTC, the commitment of traders, we're seeing that hedge funds and retail are getting out of this market. So this market is being very much driven by these systems right now.
Wow. Tracy, great stuff. Always appreciate you, particularly when we have these new geopolitical issues.
All right, guys. So as we now get to understand, like I now mentioned to you, yes, oil is very valuable, and oil could really boost your economy. So this may be why it's boiling down to this situation where there's a battle over this piece of land. Oils and minerals. If you have oils and minerals, you basically have something. So this is what is going on for, and you hear, shout out to CNN, you hear that the figures, you hear, they give you a breakdown of what's actually going on. So will it settle? Will they settle peacefully? Or you think it might turn out into a situation where other countries got to step in and help defend Guyana? If you see the thing is how this thing could work, right? Remember, if you as a country invest millions or billions of dollars in a country, you're not going to allow no other country to go in and disrupt that, because this is where you have your investment. So I'm sure there's a lot of countries that have investment in Guyana, and I'm sure they're not going to allow Venezuela to go in and start a battle with Guyana. So I believe it might settle in a more peaceful manner. Oh, sometimes these things could be triggered. Sometimes you just don't know, man. But please leave in the comment section, guys, what you think about this Guyana and Venezuela. What you think? Or do you think Venezuela should be battling with Guyana on this plan? Or you think they shouldn't? Do you think Guyana should just open up and share that land with Venezuela? What you think, guys? Don't forget to leave that in the comment section, guys. All right. I want to show another video with another clip. So let's tune in. Hold on. We only giving the information, guys. I only could give you the information. But Guyana, I think it's tomorrow. Guyana and Venezuela, I think the presidents supposed to meet and basically have a conversation. So I'm gonna play another clip, guys. So bear with me on this one, all right? Don't forget to hit that thumbs up, guys. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up.
From Georgetown, Guyana. Mr. President, thank you so much for joining Top Story.
It's a pleasure being here. Thank you for having me.
I want to get right to it, Mr. President. Do you think Venezuela is capable and willing to invade Guyana over these oil fields?
I think Venezuela is capable.
Oil fields?
I think Venezuela is capable of acting recklessly and acting in a manner that can destabilize the peace that exists within this region. And why I say so is directly related to the type of rhetoric, the type of narrative that is coming out of Venezuela and the action that they're taking. As you know, the ICJ, International Court of Justice, made it very clear that Venezuela could not act upon the outcome of the referendum they held a few weeks ago. Now, after that referendum, we saw Venezuela in face of this order by the ICJ, ignoring the order and moving towards announcing a series of measures that would allow them to act upon the outcome of this referendum, which includes moves towards the occupation of territory and also move to the establishment of administrative mechanisms that seek to lead to the annexation of Guyana's territory.
So, Mr. President, I'd like to ask you, why do you think Venezuela wants land that world leaders and international treaties show belongs to your country of Guyana?
Beyond greed, I think that Venezuela is acting highly irresponsible. These are lands and borders that were settled in 1899, completely settled. Venezuela and Guyana participated together.
Hold up. Guys, these land, according to the Prime Minister of Guyana, being marked out and settled in the 18th centuries. And this is what I'm saying. Why no? But I guess Venezuela always believe in that, but I guess they put in the pressure now. But they already mark it out and they basically give it to Guyana at that time. It's in Guyana's hands. But now Venezuela believe, all right, no, this land is rich. I'm just quoting, this land is rich. And I don't know, guys, what you guys think. Let's continue.
In the establishment of the falls that outline the borders, when we were going to independence, Venezuela raised a controversy. That controversy was dealt with under the Geneva Agreement. The Geneva Agreement provided that if the two parties did not agree, the United Nations Secretary General would appoint the proper mode of settlement. The United Nations Secretary General appointed the ICJ to have the responsibility of settling this controversy. And we encourage Venezuela to participate fully in the ICJ if they believe in any way, shape, or form that they have any case or any legal footing, any moral footing, any ethical footing, any historical footing, then let them take it to the court.
Mr. President, I would like to play you some of Mr. Maduro's own words, what he told his country and some of his lawmakers. Here's what he had to say.
PDVSA, CBG.
All right, so I don't understand. I don't understand what he's saying, so I cannot say too much. All right. Let me see. Let me read this article right here. A day before their scheduled meeting, Guyana President Mohamed Ifran Ali called Venezuela President Nicolas Maduro an outlaw who is acting recklessly in trying to wrest oil-rich land from Guyana. All right, so you hear it there. This is where the president of Guyana is saying. He calling him an outlaw. Man, listen me guys. I don't know how this gonna go, but let's continue listening.
De manera inmediata procedan a crear la división PDVSA Esequibo y CBG Esequibo y de inmediato procedamos a conceder las licencias.
Okay, guys, I'm not really understanding. I'm not sure. Okay, let me go down to the bottom. As Venezuela has threatened to defy the order, the two nations have been moving forces to their shared border. All I'm saying, guys, I would rather this to go in a peaceful manner than, you know, at the end of the day, I made the rules, so I can't say too much, but this is why I want you to involve, guys, and put in the comment section what you think about this, all right? Because this thing is getting pretty serious right now. It's getting pretty serious. I need to know how to... I'm trying to skip this, but I don't know. I can't skip it. All right. So basically, this Venezuela was ordered last week by the United Nations International Court of Justice, ICJ, to refrain from any changes to the status quo in the Essequibo region of Guyana. All right. So the UN stepped in and passed that order. So I really don't believe it's going to turn out to be a battle. I think it's going to be settled because, like I now mentioned, I do not think that there's going to be countries who have investment in Guyana going to allow this to take place. I don't think so. All right. So guys, as always, I appreciate you guys for being here, and let's continue this Caribbean culture and lifestyle. I'm going to be broadcasting, headlines from time to time. So don't forget to tune in, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And every Friday, sometimes we go on Saturday, we go live. And from time to time, we do pop-up. So please stay tuned, and don't forget, give this video a thumbs up that we can get the algorithm going, that I can continue bring these news to you, and we could talk about it. All right. Thank you guys. Appreciate you all. You guys have a wonderful night.